and then today I was like, I'm drinking. I don't care.
We're live. I'm gonna go get a beer. Talk amongst yourselves.
We're getting the party started early.
Welcome to Followers of the Forest happy hour. Do a little bit
Iced coffee hour.
Yeah. No, because Rachel, you said a couple weeks ago, she's like, I never see you drink. I'm like, yeah, if you see me like drinking something out of a glass, chances are I'm drinking. If I have the Diet Coke bottle or Diet Coke can, not drinking. But if I have it in the glass,
I didn't know if you were one of those
it makes
people
it
that
good.
put it right into the can, because I've definitely done that before. That's how we snuck alcohol onto campus.
Yeah, I'm an adult.
Students.
I don't do that anymore. I put it in the glass.
Or
I'm
you
way past
buy
the
a
age where I'll go to jail for drinking, so I'm gonna.
you buy a 25-cent cup of ice at the local liquor store, but they also had like some snacks and sodas because they were right by campus. So they basically fed the theater kids. And you buy a 25-cent cup of ice, then you buy a limerita, and then you exit the store and you pour the limerita into the cup of ice. It's all the people who are completely legal to drink. You're just not supposed to drink on campus.
When I have to put that much effort into drinking, it is not worth it.
See, we do all-night Foursquare tournaments where yeah, and so everybody wanted to be able to drink while they played Foursquare because we were adults.
Yeah.
College was fun, kids. College was fun.
You just reminded me of all of the times that all of the terrible drink concoctions I made because I wasn't old enough to drink, and most of them consisted of drinking half a Gatorade bottle and filling the rest up with some sort of booze.
Oh, like vodka or some cheap tequila.
A margarita or something.
That is.
And then
just
just sitting in the backseat and drinking that.
One of the
bad ideas.
Trying to teach me how to make what they used to call mop water, which apparently you bought a big bucket, you put a ton of Natty Light and Gatorade and whatever you had into a bucket.
That's called going to a frat party.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's a more
Natty
accurate
Light
statement.
is the one drink I have turned down pretty consistently my entire life.
So
I've never had it. I
was drinking a Natty Light lemonade thing one day that I got from mystery shopping when I lived back at my old house, and my ex is like, "Why are you drinking Natty Light? If you can't afford to drink anything better, I will buy you booze because I cannot believe you're sitting in my kitchen drinking Natty Light." Look, it was free.
This was an exchange I had with my mom 1 or 2 years after I was legal to drink, and I went home for Christmas, and she's like, "Do you want a beer?" And she's like, "We have Natural Light." I'm like, "No, that's okay." She's like, "Oh, you don't drink anymore?" I'm like, "No, but I'm old enough to not drink that crap."
Oh man.
My mom calls lighter beers. They're girly beers because it's supposed to not get you drunk if women get drunk faster than men because of body mass and body fat and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so my mom refers to them as girly beers, and she said, "Well, you can drink them all night, and not get drunk." And then she goes, "Unless you're Rachel." I'm like, "Shut up."
I have watched plenty women get really hammered and men get really hammered on light beers.
Yeah,
I think that's a myth.
See. It's in my Pride cup. We have 1/2 almond milk, 1/2 Starbucks coffee, and maybe I'll make it through this evening without collapsing.
Oh,
good.
I mean, collapsing is not a great thing.
At least you're collapsing at home.
That is true. I'm just exhausted
a bar bathroom, which I've seen many people.
Oh, so I was talking to Jason before you guys joined. I had a couple of private showings today. And I didn't tell him this, but there was one of the houses. I was setting it up before the buyers got there, and I didn't realize it was built almost a little over 30 years ago, and I didn't realize that it was one of those sunken living rooms that it has that little step down.
Oh, okay.
Let me tell you, I set down my folder with business cards and some other stuff I had, and I'm turning on all the lights, making sure nobody's just sleeping in a room, and I am just so used to everything being level that I nearly just ate absolute shit in that house. So in case anybody had video, they've got me stumbling. So good on you if you did.
There's so many. I think almost every house I lived in Florida had a sunken living room. I think almost.
Is that just a design aesthetic in Florida?
Yeah,
It was
a
like
lot of the
Yeah.
older builds are like that.
Is it like a bungalow style? Like what is it? I'm
Usually they're
curious.
ranch houses, and it's just like a 6-foot drop
Yeah,
in the living room.
And it's
6
they also
foot
have something
drop.
that's like they call it a Florida room. Where
Florida.
Is
it's
that where
like,
you go when the hurricane tries to kill you?
no, that's where you go if you want to
the
die.
hurricane. No, that's where you go to watch the hurricane, just like out in the Midwest, where we sit on our porches and watch the tornadoes roll through the
Okay,
cornfield.
no, sitting on your porch is the easy way. My dad and his brother used to climb up on the roof to watch tornadoes, and I'm like, it's
There you
really
go.
amazing I was born because you're dumb.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I tornadoes are the one I can listen. You tell me a Category 3 hurricane is coming over here, I'm not moving. If it gets 4 or 5, then I'll move. But if you tell me a tornado, any size, any kind, I am like about to cry. They freak me out.
Okay, earthquakes and hurricanes scare me because as a good Midwestern girl, tornadoes are the proper way to receive the wrath of God. Okay?
Yeah, that is
proper
true.
way to receive the
But hurricanes
Except
usually get
for-
a warning. Like you get like a 3 or 4 day warning. A tornado comes out of nowhere,
Oh yeah,
it's
I
like-
was
eating a ham
I was
sandwich.
supposed to
next
be
you know
on-
there's a tornado.
I was supposed to be on an acting salon one night, and I'm having to text them and say, "Hey, I might not be on tonight. I'm in the bathroom waiting to see if the tornado's going to smite me or not." They're like, "Oh, are you
Yeah.
okay?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, I'm stuck in a bathroom with 2 wiener dogs, so ask me how I'm doing." But
Oh yeah.
Oh,
there
God.
was one night here where I was woken up at like 4 a.m. by a tornado warning. Just the most ungraceful cluster of trying to collect the dog, collect the cats, who are both black. It's dark. I'm trying to find them. As I'm like, well, this is it. This is how we go. And then like 20 minutes later, they're like, oh, it's good. I'm like, God.
that's my problem is I live on the 2nd floor, so I have nowhere to go. So I just go to my bathroom and like get real
Yeah.
religious for about 20 minutes, and then
That's about what happens. Yeah.
Like,
I just,
God, I know we
one
haven't
day-
talked in a while, but
God, me again. There was one day at my old house that there was finally a warning that was close enough that my ex actually got concerned. So we heard both dogs into the laundry room, which was also the catch-all room for everything else. So I moved stuff so we could get in there. My sister's like, "Did you get Virginia, our cat?" I'm like, "I could not find this animal, so no." She's like, "Go get her." I'm like, "Look, the cat made her choices, and her choice was apparently to sit outside."
she's ducking and covering like the rest of us.
Yeah.
I'm like, apparently the cat made her choice. The rest of us are in here.
Yeah, I don't play with tornadoes. Like somebody commented on a TikTok video, they were like, if you don't see the tornado moving left or right, this means it's coming towards you. And I'm like, I don't need to hear that.
Could have
Like, I
figured
don't
that
need-
one out there, home skillet.
Yeah, I was like, I don't.
You
I don't
see
like
that
that.
picture from Canada of the guy who's mowing his lawn, and you can see the funnel cloud in the background, and he's just mowing his lawn.
Oh my God. Oh.
I think so.
That's what living in the Midwest is like.
So speaking of just mowing your lawn while like literally the world's on fire. So the other day in class, we got a call and we went out and followed the truck that was going out to the call just to kind of get that experience and like just see kind of how they do it. It was at a Dairy Queen. It was fine. Like everything's fine. Nothing happened. Everyone was good. But what made me laugh the entire time was that the mowing company was right next door and they didn't stop. Like there was 2 police cars, 3 fire trucks,
They
a
just
whole
kept on
bunch of
going.
people.
We are on a timetable.
Nothing was gonna stop them from mowing that lawn. Like they were like 360 radius turning. They're like, screw y'all. The Dairy Queen can burn down. We got a lawn to mow, and I was dying.
Oh God! I saw a similar video where a tornado had just gone through this neighborhood, and then she takes video, and the Amazon guy is still delivering.
Hey,
He's
you know
just
what?
walking up to the houses, packages there.
Post office and lawn care. Like Satan works hard, but these 2 work harder.
Listen, you ain't wrong.
No, it was impressive.
I'm
Oh God, that looks bad.
I'm waiting for for Megan to come on because I have to tell my embarrassing story.
Oh my God, yes. I have been dying to know about this.
Oh God.
Oh, I'm so ready. I'm so ready for
It's
this.
just like no thinking human being would
Did
make
you walk into the wrong movie theater? Because I've done that.
No. That's like walking into the wrong classroom at school. That'll happen. And that's not nearly as embarrassing. You will see.
Okay.
I might have ruined the perfect. Here we go. It's about to fucking get real. All right.
No, wait, what
Megan's
did you
here.
ruin? Did you ruin the sacred timeline? Do we have to prune you? And
No.
Rachel just left.
Who that Rachel just left. Right when I thought this is like the biggest tease for this story for the past 2 weeks.
Oh my God. Oh.
All right. Is everybody here?
I accidentally closed the entire window.
Now you know you're going to freeze David in the middle of the story. So just,
Yeah.
That would be the way it goes. So okay. So what day is today? Saturday. So not this Thursday that just passed, but the week before for the opening of Black Widow. I went with my parents because they wanted to go see the movie. And
Cute.
oh, I know. Best time. And we went to the 6:00 showing because I think it was the first showing over at Disney Springs. And so we got there at like, I don't know, 4:45 because we were planning on getting something to eat, but it just wasn't, we didn't have enough time. So then I'm like, well, why don't we just get our tickets, sit inside, whatever, we'll wait. And then we go in, scan the ticket, get popcorn, snacks, whatever. And then usually when there's a showing and it's not for another hour, they have the doors closed. So I was expecting that, but I saw the doors were open. So I'm like, okay, they probably didn't have any other showings at this auditorium. There's probably a big gap, so the theater is free and clear, whatever. So we start to walk into the auditorium. And then anytime you get to a theater, well before the movie starts, there's pretty much going to be nobody in the theater. So this should have been the first sign that I should have just turned around and walked out because the theater was full and it was dark and there was something on the screen. And for whatever reason in my head, I was like, oh, they must have just like started the AMC preview thing like super early and just had it playing through the entire way. So, and my stupid ass doesn't look to see what's on the screen. If I did that, it would have helped. So I'm walking. I have my ticket, seats L1, 2, and 3. And I know that it's the row where nobody's sitting in front of you. It's that big walkway where you could walk across. And then I'm like, okay, seats 1, 2, and 3, that's on the left. Why are there people sitting in our seats? And so I go and I check. Mind you, I am now walking across the theater.
Oh my
making
God.
sure that this is the right row. I walk up the stairs, like halfway. And the people sitting in our seats are these two old ladies with wheelchairs.
Oh no, you did it.
You did not.
And
You did not.
You did not. David.
I leaned over.
No!
was
Oh
like-
my God.
And I said, excuse me, you're in our seats.
David! I would have just stood
And then the lady just deadpan looks over and she goes, the movie's still going. And I go, oh shit, you're watching Cruella. You're not watching Black Widow. I'm sorry. Let me
That's
go
their
fuck
point.
myself and go sit in the emergency exit. for the next 20 minutes until credits are over.
I'm going to go crawl into a corner and die now.
No joke. And the only reason I went to sit in the emergency exit is because I walked the wrong way. I thought I was walking back to the regular exit to go to the lobby, but I walked the complete opposite way. So I just meet a wall, and I'm like, well, I guess this is where I'm going to sit for the next 15, 20 minutes.
This is
And
where
let me
I'm
tell
going
you.
to just quietly die.
Yeah. Like, I was like, I'm so sorry.
I was really worried that story wasn't going to pay off after all the hype. But it really is like cherry
What?
on top by you walking the wrong way and just committing.
Because if
You're
I
like,
would
well, I
have
live
walked
here
back
now.
out, they would have been like, oh, look at this fucking guy. He screwed up twice. I was like, no, I got to own it. I got to
David,
own it.
You
I
were
meant to
already
go
at
to the
that point.
emergency
You
exit.
might as well have just kept going with it.
Yeah.
It could have been worse. You could have like, tried to go out the emergency exit and set off the. But you
That
didn't.
actually would have been a better.
I didn't.
The
And then,
Man arrested
theater.
for a false alarm at Disney Springs, and all of us. Careful, David.
God.
I get the email notifications because I used to be subscribed to the Orlando Sentinel. So I still get their email notifications. So if I start seeing you on the front page, I will put it on
Listen.
Twitter.
All I could think about after was what these people saw was a grown man asking two elderly women to get out of their seats for a movie that he wasn't even trying to see. It was just an hour early. And like just the thought of seeing somebody walking and up and walking into a theater at the end of it. Like I don't know.
Everything's been building to this, and you're like,
Yeah.
man, I think you're in my seat.
Yeah, it's like, excuse me, I think we have seats L1, 2, and 3. And she's like, the movie's still going. I'm like, oh, sorry. But that's my story.
It sounds like you took the criticism like a champ, though.
I did. I was like, if I could have, I would
Yeah,
have been
by
like,
going into
I'm
the
an
emergency
asshole.
exit
Sorry.
and not coming out, sure, he took the criticism like a champ.
I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, he could have argued. He could have been like, "No, you're in my seat."
There's those points in life where you have to look at someone and go, I'm sorry, I'm an asshole, and walk away. And you reached that point, my friend.
How is
Yeah. Oh my god. Because like the rule of thumb, usually the auditorium doesn't open until like a half hour before.
I do
And
agree
they
with
have to
that.
clean
Yeah,
it.
normally the doors are closed.
And here's the other thing.
But also towards the end of the movie, they open the doors some places.
Right.
There's also that, yeah.
Yeah.
You can just
Now the other best part of this was after everybody left, we just thought, okay, nobody's here, fine. So we went to sit down, and then we got told to leave by the cleaning crew. So I was like, can't you just let me sit here? Just clean around me. It's fine. I don't care.
Yeah, you don't know what I had to do for these.
Yeah, you don't know. I ruined the Cruella experience for probably about like 78 people.
No, you improved the Cruella experience for about 78 people.
Well, how was the ending of Cruella? Did you enjoy it?
I didn't
or did
see
you
it.
not watch out of penance?
I didn't see it. I heard the music, but I didn't see anything. And I think it was. I think I might have walked in like right as credits started rolling, so I don't feel too bad. Because it's not like I walked in. It's not like I walked into freaking, I don't know, The Last Jedi when Snoke gets cut in half.
No, for that one, you just stand in
they're
the front of
gonna
the theater
riot.
looking like, where are our seats?
Yeah.
Like this asshole.
Oh
You-
God.
Hannah and Megan, you missed. I got on. I said, hi, guys, I'm here. And then I picked up my drink and I didn't put the lid on my coffee and spilled half of my coffee on myself.
We're all in great
We're all a
form
mess
today. I
today.
can feel it.
Yeah,
gonna be a
when I
great day.
texted you, I'll be on in 10 minutes. It's because I literally just woken up.
Well,
Megan's day is going the best out of all of us right now.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
is this not the bright face and smooth voice of someone who's been up for 2 hours?
Also,
what are you talking about?
another not embarrassing because nobody was around, but something that if people had malicious intent could have really been a bad thing after I left the first open house, I'm driving and I'm like, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Oh no.
What I forgot to do was lock the front door. So I had to do the second showing and then drive back to the first house, make sure nobody went inside, and then I locked the door.
Ugh.
So
That is like the one thing. Like at a certain
I
point,
wasted so much gas.
saying out loud when I would lock the door to my apartment, I locked the door because I'd leave, I'd lock the door, I'd be in the car, I'd be like 10 miles down the road and be like, did I lock the door? So I'd start saying it to myself. Just so I would remember that I said it to myself when I locked the door.
Yeah, I have to test the door. Otherwise, I'll just kind of start panicking. But it'll be like when I'm driving home. And I'm less worried about like getting broken in. I guess it's not really breaking in if the door's unlocked. I'm less worried about a robber entering my home very carefully by testing the door. Then I'm like, what if somehow my dogs have figured out how to open it?
That's my thing.
And they're just out.
That would be my panic.
Mine are not smart enough for that. Like,
mine are just not tall enough for that.
They're not smart.
My dog weighs all of 8 pounds, so he's can't reach the door.
Listen, a strategically placed trampoline could fix that problem.
I mean, I do have to remember.
That's a documentary, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I have a wiener dog, and I can confirm that that's kind of what owning a wiener dog's like. But mainly because you have to remember that the dog is only like this far off the ground normally, but if he really wants to, my dog can walk on his hind legs and be like 1.5 feet tall. And I'm like, I'll just watch him waltz by on his hind legs, and I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but you're probably not allowed to do it.
Oh, my big fear for Zira, because I'm on the second floor, I don't leave the windows open. If I'm going someplace but it's nice, I'll just leave the windows open like about that much, because I'm scared because she gets right in the windows, like right in the screen, when people are coming and going. So I'm like, not so much afraid she's going to jump, but that she's just to like shift her weight and fall out. So that's my big fear. So I don't leave the windows open enough for her to get out of. And if she could figure out how to work the door, she would. Because if she had opposable thumbs, she'd be out that door and after me every time I leave. So I took her over to my sister's on Thursday because I had to do something and I didn't know when I was gonna be back. And they're like, yeah, she didn't cry the whole time, but they're like, she did whine periodically. She would just be laying there and kind of thinking to herself, and then she would just whine a little bit and look up at the door and then go back to laying down and whining again. So,
she's trying to figure out the door.
Yeah. So if she could figure out the door, and I tricked her too, because I took her into the backyard at my sister's, and then I left while she was out, using the bathroom. I just kind of went back out the gate, and so the minute I'm about to put the key to unlock the door to my car, and I hear right. So she quickly figured out I was going.
Oh, did you guys know that there's a golden retriever retreat?
I'm not surprised.
There's 26 of them. And the lady opens the gate and they just run out towards you.
Wow.
I need to do this.
Sounds like the greatest thing.
Wait, she owns all the Goldens, or it's a place where all the Goldens from the different owners go gather?
I guess. Yeah. I don't know. Yes. I saw it on TikTok.
Okay.
Then it's got to be true.
Yeah, I'm going to do some research because I would like to go. Where I grew up in Huntington Beach, California, which if you've seen like any news about like awful shit happening in Southern California revolving around anti-masks, it's that, tragically. But the one redeeming factor is that they have a Corgi Beach Day every season.
Oh my God.
Where just like a shitload of corgis go. And they'll dress them up. Like their owners will put them in little costumes and they just run at the beach. I have never been and I want to so badly. Corgis are my favorite dog.
I desperately want this in my life.
Yes. We have a local brewery that does Dog Days of Summer where they have free hot dogs and, a DJ or a band and, they give prizes to some of the dogs. Usually it's gift cards for the brewery for the dogs' owners. And I went to the Halloween one with my dogs, and my dogs are both half wiener dog. One of them looks more wiener dog than the other, but they're both half wiener dog. So I had them dressed in little costumes as hot dogs, and then I put signs on their strollers so it said Weenie Wagon and rolled them in, and they won me a gift card. And my friend's like, "Hey, wait, how are you getting your dogs to win you beer?" I'm like, "No, you don't live with my dog. I deserve this." But yeah, they won a prize for being the best interpretation of dinner because they were the Weenie Wagon.
That's
when I
funny.
lived in Chicago, twice Sarah found money on the ground. She found a 20 one time and she found a 10 another, and I was like, whew, another 150
Maybe
bucks.
she's,
You've been
maybe
paid
she's
for
got
it.
a cent for
I bought dinner both
cash.
nights with money.
So the place is real. It's real. It's
The Golden Retriever Retreat is real?
It's real.
Oh my
So
God.
what
I
is
looked
the-
up.
but what's
I
the
looked it
deal?
up as well.
Does
There's
she-
another one over here.
Does she own them, or
So
or you just bring your Goldens and they hang
it's no. They own them.
out? Okay.
It says the Golden Retriever Experience is a family-run attraction in West Somerset that gives the unique opportunity for you and your family friends to have a personal encounter with a pack of trained Golden Retrievers.
Okay.
Oh, the
I need
one
this.
closer to me is like a golden retriever only pet minding service. So if you were like going out of town but had a golden retriever, you could take them there. And they would only be with other golden retrievers, which would make me
That's
worry
good.
that a parent trap situation.
Oh, you got the wrong dog.
Yeah. Like what happens if they have to bathe the dogs? And
Yeah.
I do this all the time with my cat, even though my cat doesn't leave the house. If I look at him and I think he looks weird, I'll be like, "Are you a changeling cat?" And then I'll just go and like poke him a little bit.
You poke your cat.
My dog would do something because one of my dogs, like Zira, whines whenever I'm out of the dog's sight. And so I'll like look at Boots and I'd be like, "Are you really Boots?" And he'd be like, "Ah." I'm like, "Yep, only Boots can make that annoying of a noise."
Oh, when I pick Zira up from like the daycare, because I'll just like today I dropped her off for the day, I can hear her whining in the hallway. I can like hear her like whining to come out to see me. So, and same with the vet. I took her to the vet. This is probably a couple years ago, but I heard they took they take her out. They take the dog out to like do stuff, take blood and all that kind of stuff. And so, and I heard a dog like whining and crying, and they brought her back in. And I was like, "Was that her?" And they're like, "Yeah, she was, but she was good." And I was like, I thought that was her. I thought I could hear her all through the damn vet, crying. So
I will hear my dog because my parents, the one fenced part of their backyard is like the pool patio. So we'll let the dogs run in there so they can run without leashes on. And I will like go in to go to the bathroom and I'll come back out and my dad's like, he has made that noise for the entire time you've been gone. My dog is sitting at the gate staring at it. I'm like, go play or something. No, Mom left. It's no longer fun.
when I first moved here, and I was staying with Zara and I were staying with my mom until I found my own spot. And so I think I ran out to either like a job interview or to look at an apartment or something. And I came back because I had like my bed and like everything set up in the basement. Like they had like a finished basement. It wasn't just like a cold basement. But I go down into like the little TV area and the lights are dimmed and there's like candles, and I walked in and I'm like, "What are you doing?" It was just my mom and Zira, and she's like, "I'm trying to teach Zira how to meditate." I'm like, "You let me know how that turns out."
Much respect
So
to your
Oh
mother.
my God, yes.
I'm trying to get her ways to find her to calm down. I'm like, "You let me know how this turns out. I'll leave you two alone. I'll go back upstairs because I want to hear all about this."
Do you think she's trying to teach like a step-by-step method of like, okay, well, first you do it with like the lights dimmed and the candles until you like you feel good with that, and then maybe we turn the lights up.
Maybe we turn the lights up.
I'm sure there was a lot of like, listen to your breathing, Zira, and that kind of.
If she was
Like-
sitting cross-legged, that would be hilarious.
No, my mom was on the couch, but Zero was sitting there just kind of looking at her. So I'm like, she might have made some headway. I probably should have let her keep doing it. But I made fun of her so bad she never tried it again. So, but I to meditate. I was like, that's hilarious.
So anyway, now
that
this is the pet podcast.
I know.
Well,
I was about to say I do have a Star Warsy thing to ask the group.
Yes.
Ooh, yes.
So I had mentioned yesterday that I've been reading The Courtship of Princess Leia.
Oh my god, yes. I love this book.
And I am really, really enjoying it. I had said when we were recording yesterday that I was 100 pages in. I'm now 100 pages in. Turns out I was like 70 pages in. Spoilers
Math
if
is
you
hard.
have not read it. Han kidnaps her at one point. And like the author, I can't tell if the author is kind of trying to be like, oh, well, he feels backed into a corner. I'm like, Han is 365 daysing Leia. And like, I know she's gonna pick him at the end because, like, obviously that has to be what happened.
Does he call her baby girl?
He's like, "Are you lost, baby girl?"
Any man that
Leia's
ever
like,
tries
"Why are
to
you
call me
doing
baby girl is probably getting punched.
Oh God,
but fuck, it would be so funny if he did.
so funny.
But yeah, I'm like,
Oh, it gets
one, he
better.
kidnaps
Just
her.
wait.
Two, he like kidnaps her and doesn't tell the other people on the ship and locks her in like a hold with a broken air ventilator. Yeah, why doesn't she pick this other man like, who has not kidnapped her and she really likes and is rich as shit? Like,
It's rich as shit.
yeah, like I'm putting that last because I do think that like feelings and emotions should like
Yeah.
be the most important part.
Yeah,
when you're
but listen,
picking
if
a
you got-
partner,
if you-
everything
if you
else is
got-
good. But yeah, she's already got that. At one point, she's kind of like, maybe I should say I love you to him because I'm starting to kind of feel that way. And I'm like, yeah, you should.
She could have
Hello.
still had Han on the side.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking. It's like a matriarchal society kind of thing. Like, yeah, sorry, Kappa.
Just
she
wait.
she could, in theory, be like, cool, well, I'll marry you and I'll like fulfill the duties of queen and stuff. But like, I'm gonna have my little smugly side piece.
Side piece.
Maybe this all like does happen at some point. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Oh, man.
Very well could have happened, but I doubt it.
I need a recap, like as you're going through this book. Like, please just post this in Discord because it gets better.
okay, next time something absolutely shit happens.
It was the 90s when this thing was written. I remember reading this when I was in 5th or 6th grade.
Mm.
Or no, wait. I was in high school. Never mind. Sorry, I was very confused. I was like maybe in 9th grade when I read this for the first time. Like, what the fuck is going on?
That was
Yeah,
me
that's a really
reading-
good
Oh,
summary so far.
It's so good. It's like 90s sci-fi at its fucking weirdest, and I love it.
yeah.
I feel like that's what Star Wars needs to embrace more because Marvel is really embracing the weird, and
Yeah,
Star
they
Wars
are.
just needs to go, you know what, this is weird.
Listen, I think Star Wars is embracing the weird, especially in like their books. Like,
Yeah.
come on, fucking Into the Dark. You've got Geode. You have a rock.
You have a rock.
I have not read Into the Dark yet, but I'm working on it.
I did see the
Well,
photo
you have
there.
a rock.
I think Hannah, you put on the picture on Twitter, the picture of Geode.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, so that's what he looks like. Okay.
He's a
No,
slab of rock.
I heard
Yeah.
Geode described. I was like, oh, that's just a rock.
That's
all
the
that-
official
rock.
Star Wars art.
Oh, really? I
Oh,
thought that was
Geode
a
is
You
it-
know what? I respect it. I
Well,
respect
yeah, because who is it? I think it's the Clone Cast. They're the ones who are starting to read Into the Dark. So I'm like, yes, embrace my love of Geode.
See, my thing is just like
Fucking love
just-
Geode.
I now have like I was telling the people who were on last night this I got a Comixology subscription so I could read Dr. Aphra because
Yes. Love
one of
Dr.
my
Aphra.
friends was singing her praises and I'm like, okay, where would I start? And he goes, honestly, just get the subscription so you can borrow it all because you do not want to spend all of the money on this.
Yeah.
My other friend is like, well, it's not the same if you can't hold the comics. I'm like, Don, at $4 an issue and like over 50 issues, don't have the money.
Yeah.
There should be it's not like a collected thing because she had her own comic for a while.
She
Yeah,
does.
she has like an audio drama too.
She still does, but it's like to get each of the collections is like I think to get them digitally it's like $9 a collection, and so it would be like $60 for her first run and then 60 more for her second run.
Oh, they don't do like a condensed, because they used to do. I haven't bought comics in so long, but like they used to take like a run of like Batman or even a run of like Star Wars, and they would just put it.
Oh, you're talking about like the volumes?
Like a volume.
Yeah, they still do that. There's just so many of hers that it would be still ridiculously expensive.
Well, now she's crossing over into War of the Bounty Hunters, so that's a whole nother.
Yeah, she's in the new issue, which I didn't care for. I said that last
I still have it somewhere. I think I moved it when I was cleaning, so I'll find it in like 3 to 6 weeks at this point.
I still have so much to read.
I have to catch up on I'm reading the War of the Bounty Hunters, like the first one, and now going to be the second. But like, there's so much they've crossed over to do the War of the. I'm like, I have so much to read. So I got the subscription. I just said, you know what? I'm just going to get a subscription. And then one of my friends is like, I am so jealous because you get to meet Afra for the first time, and 3 pages in, she shoots a man for bothering her, and I'm like, I'm in love.
I've been wanting to go back and read Shadows. Speaking of EU stuff, I've been wanting to go. I guess because all this stuff is happening with the War of the Bounty Hunters, I've been wanting to go back and reread Shadows of the Empire. Mm-hmm. I guess it's been getting a lot of press because I guess this is like the 25th anniversary of Shadows of the Empire or something. This came out in '96.
Yeah. Damn, it's been out since I was born.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Has anybody else's Twitter timeline just been a lot of people being like, what was the first Star Wars book you read?
Yeah.
Yeah, because mine has as well. I think the first one I read, the first like actual Star Wars book I read was The Revenge of the Sith. Not Sith.
I think that's what I read.
You started at the very top. Like how
I know.
Like, nothing else compares to that masterpiece. I love it. So
I read
much.
a really long one-shot fan fiction, and they were reading it. In it, it was like set in like the real world, but with Star Wars still existing as a property. And the characters were reading Revenge of the Sith, and they put an excerpt from like the prologue or whatever, and I was like, "Ooh, that sounds really good." And then, it got me, and so now I'm just trying to I'm trying to work my way back to that high.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah,
I think the first. So I remember as a kid just flipping through the pages of an old EU book, but I forgot what it was called.
Mine was definitely The Courtship of Princess Leia.
I know mine. Mine was Heir to the Empire.
Yeah, that was my second one because those kind of led me into that.
So when they started talking about bringing Thrawn back, I was like, "Yeah, bring Thrawn back. He was awesome in those books." So because I read all 3, I read that. I didn't like the second 2 as much as I liked the first of that trilogy, I guess, for lack of a better word. Also because the third had Luke in it.
Weird. Again, embrace the weird.
Timothy Zahn embraced the weird of those.
Yeah.
I have those, and I've never read them all the way through. I think I read the first half of Heir to the Empire because my ex bought them for me for my birthday when I got really into Star Wars because he's like, I don't know what to buy her anymore. So he bought me all 3 books. And I think, though, the first one I actually read was... I think it would have probably been Revenge of the Sith. Technically, probably the first Star Wars book I read was when I worked at a school. I read the young readers edition of Rebels because all the kids were obsessed with Rebels at the time. So that's why when I didn't know anything about Rebels, I could name all the characters because that's what the kids were into.
Oh, that's so cute.
There's somebody online. If I could find it after this, I'll send it. But this guy I think it's been going on for like over a year now. He's been trying to computer animate Heir to the Empire. So he'll do
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's doing like a chapter at a time. They're like 7 or 8 minutes long.
Oh,
I think he's only like chapter 14. Some of it's actually really good. It's just I mean, he doesn't have like Pixar and Lucasfilm money, so the animation.
Yeah.
Stiff,
Did you guys ever see the? I forgot what channel it was, but they animated a Clone Wars scene, and they put music to it, and it was Anakin and Obi-Wan at the campfire.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think Hannah knows. Yeah.
Yep. It's
Yeah.
on one of my
Based on
discords.
my
It's on my Sky Talkers Discord.
Yeah, it's one
somewhere.
of
So
the finished
good.
scenes, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like,
one of the unfinished scenes.
so good. I remember watching it and I got chills.
The music in it is
Let me see if I can
amazing.
find it.
Well, plus it's
Ooh,
like,
please pop it in
like,
our
oh,
Discord.
why
Yes.
didn't they put this in the show? Because they
Found it.
They talk about how Anakin feels about Ahsoka leaving. That's the whole scene's about.
Yeah.
So
Like, oh, it's so good.
Sorry,
What
hold
if
on.
it's in the Kenobi series?
It makes me
Live
emotional.
action?
Oh my god.
That would be awesome.
Oh,
It was
cinematic
cinematic I think if you guys follow, it's cinematic captures. They did the Shadows of the Republic, which is they animated like a whole Republic commando thing
Mhm.
with a bunch of different characters. So good.
Okay.
So
All
good.
of these people are so creative, and I'm just sitting here hitting retweet on all of it.
Well, and then there was a another. I watched a fan film today. I don't know if you guys know. I think I'm probably gonna mispronounce it. Ray Krennic. She does an amazing Rebels Ahsoka, and she did a fan film that was called Fulcrum.
Hmm.
I'll
Ooh, I have
add
not heard
I'll
of
add
that,
that to the Discord
sounds
too. I
Please
just put it
add
in the
it, yeah.
general.
Can you add if you have it, Hannah, the guy that's doing the Heir to the Empire? Because I always stumble on it on my YouTube algorithm. I need to just subscribe to it. But
Yep.
okay,
Yeah.
that might be I kind of want to wait till he finishes and then just sort of watch it all at once.
Yeah, I know, right?
Because I think, like I said, I think he's only into chapter 13 or 14, but it's just really interesting his sort of characterizations of new characters for the Thrawn, not so much, but just sort of new characters in Heir to the Empire, like Mara Jade and Talon Card, and just sort of his interpretations of them. It's just kind of cool. So
Yeah.
If
I gotta get a drink with that.
I don't know. Sorry, I had to plug in my computer and I lost my train of thought doing it.
Megan, what were you gonna say earlier? That I thought you were gonna
Oh,
say something.
was there a bit of Kenobi news that came out this week? Like maybe some casting news?
It was kind of a scoop leak, so I don't know if people are reporting on it because it's kind of a thing that is spoiling, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
if
Because
that's
I
the case,
wasn't
don't
I
wanna-
wasn't sure, so I didn't open it.
I did because I don't care if I'm a little bit spoiled on it, and I was bored, so I did.
Okay.
Looks like good shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool,
That's
cool,
all I
cool,
need to
cool.
know.
My
Cool.
professional analysis is it looks like good shit.
Yeah,
Good.
I'm so excited for this show.
When
Oh,
is do we have a formal or even a rough release date for it?
I think it's
Everyone-
next year sometime.
Yeah, that or
Andor is supposed to be next
2022.
year too, though.
I could see it getting pushed to 2022.
Yep.
But
That's
no,
next-
but to
that's
answer the
great.
actual question, no, we don't have an official release or even a trailer, which, dear God in heaven, I
Guys,
need something.
We
Yeah.
need Andor news first because Andor started filming first. Also, Rachel will just explode.
Yeah, I'm very worried for you whenever that comes out. I'll be like, Rachel, are you
It will be
alive?
bad. Speaking of which, Star Wars comics, I have the Hope Dies arc, which is the one that is the characters, it's basically a sequel to Rogue One. So,
Oh my god! But that's such
Not
a
okay.
morbid title.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's so
I haven't
sad.
opened it yet because I'm scared to.
Yeah, fair.
It's just here's what it's gonna be. Every character's death in Rogue One with an inner monologue as they're dying.
Oh my!
Oh,
You
This
basically
is the
got that from the
novel, and
novel.
you get it, and it hurts.
stop
Okay.
it. This is rude.
No, you know what? They do that in the novel, and you know what K2's last thought is? That there's a 3% chance that Cassian can make it off Scarif, and that's K2's dying thought. And I'm like, okay, that's
I
enough
thought he was-
reading. That's
I thought
enough
he was
reading
gonna
for today.
say. I thought he was gonna say "dad" and then just die.
That's hurtful. This is just
That-
hurtful.
David-
I don't like this.
Do I have boot? No, I can't. Oh, I can boot David.
No, I haven't frozen. Come on.
I was wondering if, because you're also in the control room, if I have control over your system too.
Yeah, if you guys can rock'em sock'em robots control.
Just keep on clicking.
I mean, technically, that's what I do whenever the producer of the theater I work with will both be in the control room, but if his mic is bothering me and he doesn't realize it, I'll just mute him. And he's like, wait a second, who keeps muting me? And I'm like, don't know.
Oh God, I was
It could be anyone.
I was in a Zoom class the other day, and somebody forgot to mute their mic, and all I heard was, "I can't get this fucking thing to work." I just lost my mind.
That's me talking about StreamYard.
And the instructor was like, "Whoops," and she muted it. And I was like,
that was me yesterday when I couldn't get my internet to stop being so laggy.
Yeah.
When I had closed off, I was just like, fuck, why isn't it opening on my phone? Justin, can you fix this for me? And he's just woken up, so he's like, oh shit.
He needed to serenade the internet with the bagpipes.
Yeah.
Just that'll get it to work.
That would probably work.
That would do it.
Oh, but Megan, are we not talking about the leak, or are we not?
No, I
no.
personally don't want to know.
Be nice.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm just saying I know what it is, and the source was like the Bespin Bulletin, who was usually pretty good. The Rise of Skywalker Mandalorian.
Bespin Bulletin.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I read the leak too, Jason. So if we want to talk about it later, message me.
Yeah. No. I mean, it was cool. It just. Yeah, well, without getting into it, I read it.
Has everybody seen? Go ahead, Rachel.
I was gonna say when you were gone, Jason, I said that I'd read it and I pronounced it in my professional opinion, good shit. So
yeah, well, no, it was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So
has everybody caught up with Clone Wars?
Bad Batch.
Yes.
Yeah, Clone Wars. I think
For the
Clone
past
Wars,
year,
definitely.
for the
Yeah.
past
I am
year,
not
I have
actually
been caught up
on
and still
Clone
haven't
Wars.
gotten over it.
Oh,
not okay.
I
I
haven't watched it yet, so we'll
I
get
mean
to
the
Clone
Bad
Wars.
Batch.
Yeah,
I am
Everybody caught up with Bad
not
Batch?
caught up on Bad Batch, but I can't go online without getting spoiled for it, so it's really lost its sting.
Can I just say I'm really happy nobody fucking died?
I was
I
waiting.
thought
Can
somebody
I
was
just
gonna
say
die
the
and
joy
get a
that
bullet
it
in the
gave
brain.
me?
No, there was one character that I was like, "Oh, that one's a goner," and it just happened. So
Eleni or Hauser?
Both.
Hauser.
I thought both were going
I
to be
thought both
dead.
were dead. I thought Crosshair was going to shoot Hauser, and I'm like, this is it.
yeah,
I
he
thought
a
Crosshair
goner
was going to
too,
be the
but-
one that killed. I thought Crosshair was going to kill Hera's mom, and I was going to be like, no, I'm never going to forgive him now.
Nope.
Yeah, I thought that too. I thought she was a goner for sure because she's not around in Rebels. So I was like, "Oh, it's not sorry," but it's not.
There would have been an ugly meltdown.
Oh yeah.
If anybody would like the pain that has crossed my Twitter feed this morning, somebody reminded me
God.
that in the scene where Thrawn's interrogating Hera,
Oh, yep.
Oh yeah, no, I
He-
saw the poster.
With the brother.
Thrawn tells Hera that reminds her that she had a brother who died when she was young. And then you see how Hera reacts when Omega says that she has brothers, and I'm just like, oh.
Oh, it is so sweet. It's sad but sweet.
I just say because I think of them as her dads when she referred to them as her brothers. I was like, "Well, wait, what?"
Yeah, a lot
I
of
do the
people
same thing.
had
I'm
that-
like, no, you have 4 fathers.
Yeah, a lot of people had that reaction. So I think, I don't know. I think the
I
rest
think
of us
it's
are still going to
because-
think of it as like the dad batch, but I think the way Omega sees it,
No,
obviously,
and it makes total sense from her perspective. I'm just
Oh,
saying,
yeah.
as somebody who thought of them as the dad batch, and she's like, "Yeah, they're my brothers." And I was like, "Well, yeah, okay. I mean, you're right."
I mean,
but
biologically, yeah.
True.
You're
From a
like,
certain
whatever.
point of
It's
view.
your own interpersonal life, but but
In
to me,
Yeah. In other news, Echo continues to be the sassiest of all the dad batch, and I love
He
him
is.
very much.
Yep.
yeah,
So-
he was nowhere near that sassy in Clone Wars, but he is him and Tech. Anytime it's him and
He
Tech,
is done.
I'm really excited.
He's like, I am done with this
Echo's
bullshit.
last fuck has left.
I have a
Blown
question
away.
for everybody. So, why is it, or at least it seems to me,
I thought it was just why.
Why?
well, that's also a
Look, I have
valid
that
question.
question a lot, but nobody's
Just
giving me an answer yet.
Why? Just why?
Why not?
But the chips in their head.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
It seems like Hauser and these other clones, either the effectiveness wears off as time goes on, or it was really only meant for that moment.
I was.
I don't know.
in-
I
Were
was
there
like,
any? The question is, were there any Jedi on Ryloth?
Yeah, that was
Like,
kind
because-
of my head canon. Is like if there were
Yeah.
no Jedi there to kill, then he wouldn't have gotten technically Order 66, so he can go on
Yeah.
being.
Or it wouldn't affect him. Like, why would it matter?
that's
Yeah.
fair. I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because
That would be
the rest of them, like when he did his little speech and stuff, a lot of them were really willing to like lay down their weapons, which surprised
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
I thought they were just gonna straight up shoot him. So
Me too.
that kind of makes me run with like the thought of like there weren't any Jedi, so their chips never really activated. They were just doing kind of like what Hauser did and just following the Empire. They're like, okay, this is who's in charge. This is what we're
Right.
gonna do.
Right, but
So-
but isn't in the pilot for Bad Batch though, Crosshairs goes off.
Was it because of Kanan and Depa though? Because they were there.
I'm just wondering. I'm trying to remember. Like, did he actually overhear Order 66? And that
It was in everybody's helmet. Yeah, they all heard it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
they're like, what's Order 66?
Yeah, they're like, what the hell is Order 66?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Not
I feel like Crosshair might have been an asshole, and I feel like that it just upped that level.
I also think Crosshair, when he says, you know, can I go and hunt them down? I don't think he's actually going to kill him, though.
I think no, he is conflicted as fuck. I am
Yeah.
not the only person
He
who
seems
sees
like
he's
this.
going
I
through
am
a
not
lot.
reading too much into this. I swear to God, he looks conflicted.
He does.
It's gonna be like shit's gonna hit the fan. I'm not ready. We got 4 episodes left. I'm not okay.
When he looks at the shuttle leave, he like
And then
looks, and then he's like,
Oh, Hannah, your dog's like, don't be
Your dog's
upset.
like, "It's gonna be okay."
He's used to this. He's used to this.
Is Mama yelling about clones again? Mama yelling about clones again.
Mama's yelling about clones again.
He's like,
No.
oh, okay. Just check.
Well, and I love the part when Omega was telling Hunter, what was it? Oh, like your family, I do the same for you. Like that man looked like he got hit in the face with a brick.
Yeah,
I'm like, you tell him, girl.
yeah.
Can we just, like, I don't need the Bad Batch Season 2. The rest of the Bad Batch can go somewhere else. I need Omega and Hera's adventures throughout the galaxy because that was the cutest thing I've seen in my life.
That is what was pretty cute.
Chaos Uncle Chopper.
That damn
I
kid.
I was very, very happy
They
to see
removed the ice
Chopper.
popping from my nasal passages.
Yeah, it's like I need Chaos Uncle Chopper and then Godfather Hauser.
Yeah.
Taking care
So-
of him.
I'm pretty
No, he's
sure
stuck
you'd
in
still call
prison.
him Daddy, but okay.
You know I would.
Actually,
So-
when Hauser gave
Oh,
that
sorry.
speech, I was like, "Clone uprising, it's gonna happen." But I don't know. It didn't exactly.
The seeds have been planted. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I
So
just
I
need
had
to live.
mentioned during recording yesterday that I had watched that like pop culture detective YouTube video on basically the ethics of droids in Star Wars. What is Chopper to Hera's family? Is it is it a pet? Or is he like a pet because he's
The
coded
cha-
as
I feel like he's the chaotic feral cat that just showed up. They accepted it, and he just doesn't want to leave.
yeah, but then he drives the car. I would never let my cat drive a car.
I mean,
call me crazy, but I would never do that.
okay, personality-wise, he's like a slightly feral cat, but like,
Yeah, but like, is he fulfilling a role within the family, or is he like just hanging out, kind of like a pet would?
I
mean,
kind
Does
of.
he have to pay rent?
Well, no, I always
Shit, I'd
figured
tell
that
him to.
he's like Hera's droid because she tells that story in Rebels about how she found him. So like,
yeah.
so it's kind of like, Hera's adopted friend or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
He's a-
Hera's
he's
best
a
friend
war
who just
veteran.
hangs out all the time.
oh, he's a replacement for her brother.
Oh,
Don't say that.
Hannah,
Sorry.
now
Hannah, I'm on an exercise ball. I'm not in a stable position to hear anything along those lines.
I'm sorry.
Now it's
I
sad.
wonder.
Oh,
I wonder if
God.
they let him keep her because he reminds her of her brother.
Oh
Maybe.
my god.
I'm sorry.
Aw, no, I'm
How
sad.
many
But
times can we make David rage quit in one episode?
I think that is also a good story element or beat or whatever, where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, well, they have Chop around because he is kind of fulfilling a role in the family, and it's as that extra child.
I can make it
Because
sad.
Hera lost her sibling, and so it's a playmate for her.
Is
I
David
can make
crying?
it sadder.
No, I'm okay.
Make
can
it sadder,
sadder.
Jason. Do it. Do it.
See,
Well,
I just thought
Cham is orange and his wife is green, and so Hera is green, and so it makes sense the reason that the son would be orange, and Chopper's head is orange, so he's even more of a replacement.
I like
Maybe
this. Forget about
Maybe
deep,
Hera
deep
painted
dives
him.
and sentimental takes. This is it.
I just
Yeah.
Oh god.
I always thought of Chopper like I think of my dog, which like I get that like, you know, droids are a little more that, but my dog literally like every morning this animal wakes up and chooses chaos. Like he's like, how can I make my mom's life more chaotic? And I feel like
Chopper
that's
is-
the choice that every morning Chopper makes.
Chopper's worm on a string. 100%.
Oh,
That's Chopper.
True.
Like I'm
Chopper
sure
is
he
the one
has
who's making all the worm
the
on the string
canister is
levels.
just filled with masks of worm on a string. Oh
You know
god.
what? If this Delta thing goes crazy and we have to start wearing masks again, we all have to get matching worm on a string.
Oh,
oh my
100%.
God, yes.
God,
My
please
pick?
do.
My pick is Don't Talk to Me or My Son. That's the one that I will get.
I think I
I
might be
think
going
that
for
is so funny.
I don't think I could say the one that I would get.
Oh yeah.
I know the one you're talking about.
Oh god.
Oh my God.
Whenever we all go to celebration, we're all wearing one of
Matching
those.
worm on a string.
matching worm on a string.
Or
That'll
worm
be
on a
our
string gang.
identifying
All right.
attire.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, if we get lost, we'll just go up to somebody and be like, have you seen 5 other people who are wearing almost identical masks to me?
Yeah, it is
God,
that one. I
yes.
guarantee it.
Everybody else is cosplaying in Star Wars, but we're the podcast that has worm on a string masks on. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Last
feel like
night-
us at Celebration would be like, have you seen the group of 5 other walking disasters? Because
Yeah.
I'm
one
very
of them's
put
probably
together.
wearing clone armor, one's dressed as Jyn Erso. It's fine. Fine.
I would be the one dressed as like sexy George Lucas, which is just like a beard and short shorts and a flannel top.
You stole mine. You stole mine because I wanted to.
Remember
do
when I
George Lucas
just
outside
said
the Van Gogh from this week.
We can both do it. We both do
Okay.
it.
'Cause I wanted
Oh
to do
my
George
God.
Lucas in the plaid with the shorts is the
Yeah,
one.
things are better when shared.
My favorite part of that outfit, Jason, was the full-length white crew socks.
Oh,
Full
yeah.
length,
Oh,
not short white.
Yeah, that won't be changed for my sexy costume either.
No,
Oh
you'll
my
have it
God.
be Daisy Dukes, the tied up plaid shirt, and then like
But,
the
like, a full
schoolgirl.
Full beard. 100%.
Oh my God.
Because I think
Like-
because my hair is all crazy, I think I could grow the George coif. So I think I could do that, and then I just have to like grow out my grow out the beard, style that. I think I could pull off.
Last night I was scrolling through Instagram and being sad because I follow a lot of Halloween Instagrammers, like a lot.
We're
Like,
almost there.
Yeah, and a lot of
Almost there.
stores have started like putting out, at least online, their Halloween stock. And like, yes, capitalism bad, but I'm also like, oh, I want that ceramic ghost. I want that
Oh,
ceramic ghost.
It's me during Pride Month. I'm like, do I need corporate pride? Do I need to give my gay dollars to this mega corporation? Then
My
the
gay
lizard part of my
dollars.
brain's like, ooh, rainbow shiny.
That's what happens with me in Halloween, where I'm just like, ooh,
Also-
look at the ceramic ghost from Cracker Barrel this year. I've never stepped foot in a Cracker Barrel.
For any
But I
Bath and
would.
Body Works fans out there, they are
Any- sorry, what?
debuting- Bath and Body Works, they're previewing their fall
Mm.
scents.
They are, yeah, amazing.
Basic bitches rise.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm ascending. But as I was laying in bed last night, I was worrying about what my Halloween costume is going to be because I generally start worrying in November. And as we're getting closer, the worry builds up because this is where I've like thrown my general anxiety onto. And I was like, worst case scenario, I can just be a sexy George Lucas because I have a plaid shirt and I have shorts and I can draw a beard on. It'll be fine.
There you go.
Yeah.
And your
So
husband's
that's
like, why? Why am I married?
No, he doesn't love Halloween because he didn't grow up with it. He didn't celebrate it until we met. But he has become a real trooper about it, and he does have many opinions on costumes, which is great.
I'm trying to remember what I did for a costume. I know I had multiple costumes last year because COVID tried to ruin Halloween for my sister and I because our family got sick. My sister and I we used to be the Winchester brothers, which fandom calls Moose and Squirrel. But this year we actually dressed up as Rocky and Bullwinkle. So we were Moose and Squirrel. So somewhere we still made it supernatural themed a little bit because we were doing Misha Collins' big scavenger hunt over Halloween weekend. So there's a picture somewhere of my sister in plaid and a moose hat, and I'm wearing an aviator goggles hat and my army jacket, and my mom just comments on the picture, "Hey, Rocky, want to see me pull a rabbit out of my hat?" Because that's why my sister and I love Rocky and Bullwinkle, is because my mother loves that cartoon.
Oh, okay. I was like, I've never seen it. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, it's a really old cartoon that my mother loves. Like, she owns the entire box set on DVD.
Yeah.
And
there was a remake, I think, on Prime. I think they did.
Yeah.
Is the animation the same, or is it that weird like Space Jam animation?
Oh, I haven't brought myself to watch.
I heard that movie sucked.
I heard that people loved it, but to be honest, the original movie wasn't actually like a masterpiece. We just all like it.
It's nostalgic.
I don't think I've seen either.
Yeah, the first Space Jam is not known for all the Oscars it won.
No.
So.
The first Space Jam, though, is a cultural icon, and in this essay,
the only reason I want to see it is because the big game at the end, they CGI all these different like Warner Brothers characters, like Pennywise.
I do love finding things in crowds.
Yeah, so I'm like, I just want to see who's in the crowd. I don't really care about watching.
It's like an I Spy book that you spend $24 to look at and can't pause.
The agents from the Matrix are like in the crowd, and so I just want to see who's in the crowd. That's all I care.
Yeah,
about.
I liked the first one. I've got to go see this one eventually. It's my sister and I will still sit and watch Space Jam because it's still funny.
You know what you guys need to watch? That I put it on Twitter the other day. Wellington Paranormal.
Oh, I love Wellington Paranormal.
So funny.
It's like What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
That type of
okay.
humor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
It is a comedy. So it's about these Wellington police officers who are part of a paranormal unit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And so when someone's like, I think in the first episode, they're like possessed in the mall.
Yeah.
And so they're trying to deal with it with like Kiwi humor. It's very
And then the second episode is just because there was a cow that was atop a tree, and he's like, "Is it normal? But is it paranormal?" He's like, "But is it normal? But is it paranormal?" And that joke was on for like a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's so funny.
I think it's the same cops from the movie What We Do in the
it
Shadows
is.
as well.
Oh my god.
From the movie. So when they go in to the house and they the vampire's like up in the corner and they're like, look at that smoke alarm added because they're enchanted so they can't see it. The movie's so funny. It's one of my all-time favorite movies.
I loved the show, and then after the second season I bought the movie, and then I watched the movie and I loved it. So.
There's something about Taika Waititi's humor it's just so funny.
I'm thinking about after the sunlight accident with Peter. when Vladislav is like running towards the camera and he's like, "There's been a tragic sunlight accident."
Just remember that this guy is going to make a Star Wars.
I'm
not
excited.
I hope there's a vampire in his Star Wars.
I hope there's a vampire. I hope Korg shows up from Ragnarok. I hope.
That was
I hope everybody
That was the
shows
thing
up.
I posted the other day because I haven't seen these movies, but my friends who have, they're like, no, you let this man make movies and it becomes every vampire is bisexual and a moron. No, every superhero is bisexual and a moron. And I'm like, I appreciate the representation you are bringing to the part of the population that is both bisexual and morons.
Oh, it's great. It's so good.
That was
man.
Yeah,
the video that came out.
like if I had to recommend one movie to anybody, I think that is like one movie that could please anybody
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
it's funny. It's like it's light.
Yeah.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of plant payoff.
It also moves really quick because I didn't watch it all in one setting. I was like, I had something I needed to go do, and so I just kind of put it on. And the next thing I knew, I was like 45 minutes into it. It's like, oh my god, I gotta go. But like, it didn't feel like 45 minutes. So
Yeah, I'm also biased because I love a mockumentary. Like,
yeah,
that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
favorite genre of movie, like fake documentary. Like Best in Show, 7 Days in Hell is like one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
we used to when I was in Chicago, at Second City. Not only would we watch Waiting for Guffman constantly, but I had the DVD, so we would watch the deleted scenes as much as we've seen the regular movie. So like, I'll watch the movie and I'm like, oh, where's that one scene? It's like, oh no, that's a deleted scene that they didn't put in the movie. So
I
that's
didn't know you worked for Second City.
No, I went to Second City. I didn't work for them, but I took class. I took a class at Second City.
A movie I rewatched recently that I haven't seen in such a long time was Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
I loved that movie
Classic.
so much.
I want to watch it again as part of the trilogy, which is
the Cornetto trilogy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that Hot Fuzz and then Into the World.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I want to. I think I'm gonna do that. I think that would be fun.
Some of the jokes. Oh god.
Although I do get that movie confused with there's a zombie movie that Peter Jackson made. I can't remember the name of it. Right, I think it's Dead. God, what's the name of that movie? It was before he made Lord of the Rings, and like it's this is the movie that he.
I'm gonna look it up.
But it's also one of the two of them. I get confused. They kill zombies with a lawnmower, and
Oh, nice.
Jackson one. So
That's an innovative way to do it.
yeah.
Okay. Do you want to guess what it is? It's
it
a
like-
pun.
Oh,
Like the name of the movie is a pun.
I want to say it's like Dead Alive, but I don't think that's it.
It is Brain Dead, 1992 New Zealand zombie comedy film.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Oh,
Well, I'm gonna add that to my to watch list.
yeah.
It has an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was
Ooh.
good. But I think I saw it and Shaun of the Dead around the same time, so I get them confused.
That was my favorite trend on Twitter this week, which was you quote tweeted with a movie that has a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes that you loved.
I saw
Ooh.
Shady Do Jennifer's Body, and I was like, I can't top that. Because I also love
Okay,
Jennifer's
mine was
Body.
Jurassic Park 3, so I love Jurassic Park 3. I might get to go see it on the big screen. Nobody likes this movie. It's not even a good movie. I don't know why I like this movie.
I have only seen the first Jurassic Park and then the Jurassic World. I haven't seen any of the original sequels.
2 is all right, especially if you like Jeff Goldblum. It gets better, but it gets a little weird. 3, kind of crap, kind of good. Depends on the day.
Well, I could say any of the prequels except for Revenge of the Sith, and that would apply because I like
Mine is 2012.
Oh, that movie's awful.
Oh.
It was so much fun.
I saw that
remember
movie
that.
with my friends in I think 8th grade, and my God, I had a great time. Just seeing all hell break loose and John Cusack trying to hold everything. It's just great.
That movie stressed me out.
Runs the earth cracking open. And
Yeah. You know what movie is good that it's on HBO Max? And I didn't think it was going to be good, but it's actually really freaking good. Like, legitimately good. Greenland with Gerard Butler.
Oh,
I love Gerard Butler.
Actually,
so-
Haven't
really
heard of it.
good.
I'll look it up.
Like, I was
Oh,
surprised.
sorry. I just found out through a bit of Googling that Hocus Pocus has a rotten score on Rotten Tomatoes from the critics.
No,
Fuck them.
Yeah,
no,
look,
that movie is a
38%.
masterpiece.
Are you serious?
If that's the
71
case,
from
then that's my
audience.
pick because that's bullshit.
Yeah,
That
it's like the
movie has so much nostalgia now, I don't think
28th
that would count.
anniversary.
Because like Clue
yesterday.
got bad reviews when it came out. I mean, I love Clue. I don't know anybody who doesn't love Clue.
Oh my god, I love Clue. That
Clue
is
was like the
just the
weirdest
best, weirdest movie I've ever watched.
Yeah.
I think
don't
to
think
be a
that-
cult classic, you have to be hated when you come out.
that was my friend Robin and I were trying to decide what if we have to, because we keep watching movies because we haven't run out of pandemic yet.
Mhm.
He's like, yeah, let's watch some horror movies around Halloween, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you to put a hold on that. And he goes, oh yeah, you don't like anything fun. I'm like, okay,
No.
I like vampire movies. And he goes, oh, can we watch From Dusk Till Dawn? I'm like, that is the strangest movie ever, but
Watch the Fear Street movies. Sorry, I'm about to watch the last one, but the story does revolve around like a queer love story.
Yeah.
If
I
that
just don't like
if that
gore.
makes you want it more. There's a bit of gore. I will say, David, have you finished the first one?
I am almost done with the first one. That's what I'm going to finish watching tonight.
At what point are you at in the first one?
I am. Oh, God. It was once you like find out that I forget the characters' names, but the cheerleader chick
Sam?
that was
Yeah.
yes, she told everybody that she can see like she has like visions of Sarah Fires.
Yeah.
So that's like where I'm at. It's like a
Okay.
little more than halfway through.
Cool.
Wait,
I'm
what
gonna
movie is this?
say, the first Fear Street movie.
Oh,
which
I
is
thought
on
it was
Netflix
Dusk
right
Till
now.
Dawn.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Okay.
I will say there's a scene coming that is a bit gory that involves a grocery store bread slicer. In my professional opinion, as a baker, that would not work.
You're like me every time they go backstage for something in a movie, and I'm like, that doesn't do that.
Yeah, like I'm totally willing to suspend my disbelief. Like there's supernatural shit going on. I'm not gonna be like, well, the bread slicer can't do it. But in my professional opinion, I was like, not that slicer. I think a bread slicer could, like the one we had at my old work, had quite thick blades, but it also
Yeah.
had like all these safety features.
Yeah.
One sec, sorry, my cat's scratching the couch.
Like, get off the couch.
We just got a new couch, like literally a week ago. He has already scratched the fuck out of it. I wasn't muted. Good morning.
Oh God.
No.
Hello.
They say hello, or at least David does. But yeah, I was like, one with that thin of blades, I don't think could do it. I did look up some trivia around the movie around that scene, and they claimed that they tested it in a way where it was like, yeah, it would work. I don't think so.
I'm gonna
And
trust your
also-
opinion as the professional.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna tell y'all. If you want, and Rachel, I know you said you're not like horror movie, not your thing, but The Conjuring 1, 2, and 3, plus Annabelle 1, 2, 3, 4. Or is there
They
three?
made 4 of those movies? Oh my god.
I think there's wait, Annabelle Comes Home, Annabelle Creation. So there's 3. And then The Nun.
Jesus.
And so I think that's all of them. But
What cinematic universe is this? Is this
The Conjuring.
the spooky
The
The
Conjuring.
Conjuring
Yeah.
cinematic universe?
Yeah.
I'm googling it.
Is
Here
that a
are my
thing?
answers. No, no, and no.
Yeah,
You
that's
have
kind
to.
of where I'm at.
listen, we will this year
We don't have to
for
do
Halloween.
anything first.
We
don't
are
have to
going
do-
to all get in a Zoom call and watch one of these movies. Full volume, lights off in the house.
Do you
gotta
know
immerse-
No.
we should watch What We Do in the Shadows because it's about vampires and it's funny
Yes.
Yeah.
and it's not scary at all.
No, it's not.
We can do that.
Please remember that some of us live alone and we don't do horror movies in the dark.
Oh, what we do in the shadows? That's fine. That's like
Okay.
Yeah, What We Do in the Shadows is I wouldn't put it in horror at all other
No.
than there are vampires.
Yeah.
yeah, it's a horror movie like Ghostbusters is a horror movie. So
Yeah, that's a really good
Hey,
way of putting
okay.
it.
That is the other movie with a rotten score that gets a bad rap. Ghostbusters 2 is not that bad.
I've never seen it.
I have only seen the first one, and then the
It is-
reboot.
The reboot is also not bad. I love the reboot. No, Ghostbusters 2 is weird as hell, but they bring the Titanic into port in New York 100 years. It's amazing. I love this stupid
Okay,
movie.
that would make me love it because I
Oh,
was obsessed with the Titanic as a kid.
and y'all got to see
Me too.
Halloween Kills.
Oh, I really want to see that. Yeah.
That looks so good. What else? Who's
I
another
got
good horror
access
movie?
to my friend's Voodoo account, so I'm seeing what I have to watch now that I haven't watched before.
Oh, if on Netflix, if it's still on there, it's a movie called oh shoot, it's 2 words.
I
think it's
narrow it
the-
down more than that.
The Something, which I know is no help at all.
Wait,
but-
it's 2 words and it's the something?
Yeah. God damn it! What was it called? And, well, anyway, it's about this this woman who she's a writer, but she's deaf, and she lives in a house in the woods, and then this guy who's wearing a mask, he goes to the house and he's trying to like it's weird, he's trying to get her attention and also trying to kill her.
Oh.
Like it's yeah. No, that's not it. Different movie. But yeah, that's what it's about, and it's really good.
Okay. For a second, I thought you meant it was that Amy Adams movie that's on Netflix, The Woman in the
No,
Window. or something.
I heard that movie was really bad.
I heard it was bad too, and then I watched it. It wasn't that bad. It was better than knowing that it was supposed to be bad. It was much better than it was supposed to be. And Gary Oldman weirdly is in it. I was like, "Where's Gary Oldman doing in this movie?" But so.
Oh shoot, what was another one? I've been seeing like pretty good horror movies recently. Oh, Lights Out on Hulu. Freaky.
Lights Out.
Lights Out, yeah.
Okay.
It's like if you turn off the lights.
Knives Out.
You know, I'm not going to say what it's about because it'll probably freak some people out, so I'll just shut my mouth.
Thank you.
Thanks.
It's just finding more horror movies to freak everybody.
Yeah, like when I'm going through this voodoo, somebody's like, "You want to see it, right?" I'm like, "No, clowns are in fact terrifying, and I prefer not to."
Never.
You know what's so weird about it is I saw the miniseries and I saw the movies that came out a couple of years ago, and the first half of both of them is always better than the second. I don't know why.
Yeah. And the second, like, of the new It movies, second movie wasn't that. It was all right. I didn't like it too much.
No.
The first one's so good, and then the second one's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And so,
Let's go with my personal favorite Halloween horror movie, The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
There you go.
oh well.
Oh
that,
man.
If that Clue and what's the other the Tim Curry Trinity that I'm trying to think of?
Oh.
Is it Muppet Treasure Island? Because that's my
No,
favorite.
it's the one where he plays Satan.
Oh, Legend, where he plays Satan in that. Yeah,
It's the
Mhm.
Tim Curry Cinematic Universe.
Yeah,
Well,
basically.
it's the Tim Curry trilogy. You could also maybe throw in. Well, he's got a bit part in Annie. I know he's in Annie because my niece watched it a couple of weeks ago, and she only wanted to see the Bernadette Peters scenes, and I forgot Tim Curry was in it. He's also in Hunt for Red October, but yeah, I think those are like the big three. Would be Rocky Horror, Clue, and Legend. So.
I'm waiting for him to show up in Star Wars just so I can have a small stroke.
He voiced
He voiced Palpatine.
he was one of the voice actors for the animation.
Oh, I remember when he did that because I remember when that happened in the Clone Wars. I remember thinking, have you guys ever seen the Christmas Beauty and the Beast movie?
Yes, with
I was
the
like,
organ
why
that he
is-
voiced.
I was like, why is the Organ Man in Star Wars? Like, I didn't make the connection that it was Tim Curry. And I'm like, why is the Organ Man in Star Wars? I don't like this. It like brought back a lot of childhood PTSD. Like, I was terrified of that organ as a child.
Oh my god.
I was very scared of that organ.
Wait, which organ? Sorry, I could hear the
I was so
yelling
waiting
in
for
my
Megan's
speakers.
response too. I was so terrified of that organ as a child. He was just like,
The one
what?
from the Beauty and the Beast Christmas special, the one that Tim
Oh
Curry
my
voiced.
god!
Like, I was so scared of it.
Scary.
I was so scared of him. Well,
Yeah.
because like I forgot that he voiced Palpatine in the Clone Wars. I think it was like season 5, 6.
3 or 4. Yeah.
No, it was 6 because I think it was during like the Fives arc. I just watched it recently, which is why it's like on my brain. I think it was in season 6. Correct me if I'm wrong, somebody. But like I remember watching it for the first time going, why is the organ man Palpatine? Like it brought back a lot of repressed childhood memories.
I gotta head out, guys. I got an audition to go to, but have a good night, okay?
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah,
stop
look how
it.
scary that is.
I don't like him.
Terrifying.
And there was something weird about the
Goodbye, David.
animation. Like,
It was just, it was like early 90s animation. What
Yeah.
was his
Thick ass
name?
lips though.
What was his name? What was his name?
probably nightmare inducer.
Oh, Forte, yeah.
Forte.
And then his little sidekick was named Fife.
Fife.
I should rewatch that special.
Oh, it's so scary. I still don't like it.
You know-
even now.
You know what scared me as a kid? Did you guys ever see that Disney original movie, Don't Look Under the Bed?
No.
Yes,
For
but I
that-
don't
for that
remember.
reason.
Like, I don't remember
So-
anything about it.
The guy that's under the bed scared the shit out of me. Really bad.
Well, you shouldn't have looked.
As you should.
I shouldn't have, right? It told me not to, but I did.
I went to a used book sale like 2 weeks ago with some friends, and they had a bunch of Goosebumps books. And I had always been like a little bit too afraid to read them as a kid, and I have started reading. Like I got 3. I got 2 based off of my favorite episodes, and then 1 is like the Phantom of the Auditorium, and I just love the Phantom of the Opera, so I want to see. I want to see how much crossover there is. I can't imagine much, but holds up. Still really spooky. Yeah, like
don't they have it
considering that
on?
it's for kids. Yes.
Yeah. Don't they have it on Netflix? Like the show?
Oh, they do have the show on Netflix. I also own the show on DVD.
The episode with the librarian that's a frog.
Oh.
Terrifying.
Oh, I don't
Absolutely.
remember that one.
Or is it
I
a
would
frog?
get them on
I don't know.
VHS. I wouldn't watch them on TV. So I would go spend the night at my friend Olivia's house, and her mom would take us to Blockbuster, and we would rent
Good old days.
Goosebumps, and then we would come back and watch it in her room, and I would make her turn on like The Land Before Time because I don't think she got scared from them. She would watch them and immediately fall asleep, and I would just be like, eyes wide on her trundle bed, like, nope, this is how I die, and it would ruin my whole weekend. Like, I could not think of anything but whatever we watched for the entire weekend. I was such a scaredy cat as a kid.
Your parents must have been like, why does she come back terrified every time she stays the night over?
I think my mom did ask me once, like, why don't you just say you want to watch something else? Like, why don't you say you don't want to watch Goosebumps? I don't know why I didn't. I don't know if I was like, yeah, this is going to be the one that's different. I am brave.
I did that with Beetlejuice too. Like one of my friends was like, let's watch it. And I was like in 5th grade. I think I got like an hour of sleep that night.
Yeah, Beetlejuice, like Michael Keaton, I'm afraid of him in anything he's in because of Beetlejuice.
Oh, really?
I love the movie, but like when I was a kid and watched it for the first time, his character scared me so much.
Oh, it's so scary.
Like brought me to tears.
I found the episode. It's called The Girl Who Cried Monster on Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Let me tell you,
Oh boy.
this man is terrifying. And
This
my
man
opinion,
being R.L. Stein?
no, this
or-
man being whoever the fuck played the librarian in this episode. I don't even want to show it on the stream because let me just say it's all practical makeup. As were things back then.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
I'm gonna look it
I
up.
can't.
Oh.
I'm good.
So if I just Google Girl Who
Just
Cried
go-
Monster Librarian.
Yeah.
Oh no. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate
It's
my life.
spooky. It's spooky. I don't like
I'm not
it.
doing it. Not because I'm really scared. I'm just not doing
I'm not a fan. He's got sharp teeth.
it. Sharp teeth.
Like not of the
Oh, okay.
Bib Fortuna.
That's not
That's-
too bad.
That
Oh,
was-
that's not terrible.
Terrifying. That is
I think that-
terrifying.
I'm gonna
It's
say I think that's
weird.
one of those things where if you saw it when you were a kid and it scared you, looking at it now, you'd be like, "Oh God," because you'd get that like referred scared. But because I don't think I ever saw this episode, I'm like, "Oh yeah, you can see the line."
Yeah, you can see the line of where the headpiece is. But yeah, terrified me. I'm not a fan.
I think the dumbest thing I was ever afraid of as a kid was, did you guys ever play any of the Jumpstart games?
Yes,
Yeah. Did you ever play Jumpstart First Grade?
probably.
Maybe.
They had this game where you could like go into the cafeteria and you could go into the kitchen and help make a recipe. And it was about like, fractions and stuff. Cause it'd be like, oh, you need like 1 cup of flour, or like, I'm looking at a thing of it now, 1/4 cup of sugar, stuff like that. And you would click on the teaspoon or the cup measurement, and then you would click on the ingredient.
Mhm.
And if you got the recipe wrong, this monster called the Glop Monster would come out, and he would go, "Oh no, it's the Glop Monster," in like a really monotone voice, and then the monster would come out and go, and I would, this fucking 4-bit animation would go.
Oh yeah!
Burst
Oh my
into
God, I
tears.
totally
My
remember this
sister
now.
would intentionally mess up recipes so that the Glop Monster would come out. And like, it was so upsetting. To this day, though, I can like send her a photo of a really poorly photoshopped Glop Monster in my kitchen, and it will like kill. Yeah. I'm like,
What's the one thing that you guys remember? And this was like, I don't know, maybe now it's between 10 and 15 years ago. Those jump scare things that people would tell you to do, like the stupid maze, and then if you went out of it, like the thing would pop out on screen, and then the one with the car on that one road, and then it was the witch that would like jump scare you. You guys don't remember that?
Nope.
No, my
No.
self-preservation skills got much better as I aged. So I just
Same.
stopped watching those things.
I was a gullible kid. But yeah, I remember going to a friend's house and he's like, "Hey David, come help me with this this maze. I can't do it." And I'm like, "I can do it." And then it's like it starts out like you got to move the cursor through this pathway, and as you go up further the screen, the pathway gets narrower and narrower to the point where like it's almost impossible for you to take it the whole way through. And then of course when you get to the top and you go out of it, like it is just blaring sound of this like demented face just screaming at you.
That
And I'll tell you,
sounds
that's
like a great way to live.
I probably would have been dying at like age 95. Now that's probably down to like a 76 because of that
It's
day.
like it's just willed so much off your life.
It's just,
Yeah,
it's like
it's
from
just-
Princess Bride. I've sucked 10 years of your life away. How do you feel?
Remember, this is for science.
Oh
I was
god.
the biggest jerk. I forget what the name of I think it was called Alien Invasion. This is probably years and years ago. This was when I was living in Orlando. But it was
Alien Encounter.
Alien Encounter. Okay.
Yeah.
The one
Yeah.
where basically, for those that don't know, it's basically they teleport the alien from the Alien movies, but it's not the alien from the Alien movies.
Right.
And so, so you're sitting there and you're strapped in, and they're like, the lights are out. And you can sort of hear like things dripping, and then they play the sound of like things breathing behind your neck, and then they'll shoot like hot air onto the back, to
Yep.
make things right behind you.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and so at
Yeah.
one point when it got really scary, I think it was my sister I was with. I just went over, and like one of the really scary parts, I just grabbed her leg really hard, really suddenly. She would have jumped out of her seat if she hadn't been strapped in.
That's
did
so
it a couple of
mean.
Yeah, it was super mean, but it was fun.
Yeah,
They
I
still
I
have
was
that,
just
David?
such a
I'm sure it's
scaredy
gone,
cat.
but
What'd you say?
Do they still have Alien Encounter? Or
No. They changed it to a Stitch ride, like same concept, but then they've taken that ride out. Now it's just a Stitch meet and greet.
No, that's too bad.
Aw.
That was a good ride. I mean, it wasn't really a ride, but it was a good. That was a good way to kill. 10
That's
minutes.
where we would hang out backstage in between sets.
Oh,
We
really?
would go backstage, and where the ride was, you can just hang out there, chills, go take a nap.
I'm surprised they got rid of it. It was really cool. I mean, I thought it was really cool for
Yeah.
when it came out because it was, it was all. I mean, all it did was play on like all your fears and like things brushing up against. You'd think something was brushing up against you. It was great. I liked it. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, they definitely toned it down with the Stitch one though.
Well, I'm sure they
'Cause-
toned it down for Stitch. Yeah.
Like Stitch instead, he's like it's still the same thing. It's dark. He bounces on your shoulders, like
Uh-huh.
and then at one point he burps in your face. It smells really bad. Let me tell you.
Yeah, the Alien
Um,
Encounter ride was not like that. So.
Yeah.
Did you guys ever play the like Stitch sandwich maker
Yes.
game?
I did not.
I played it the other day because you can still find it online.
Oh god.
And when I say the other day, I mean like 3 weeks ago. Like not that long ago at all. Oh, so fun.
It's so fun.
Like such
God.
fond memories.
I remember I used to
Uh.
have oh shoot, what was that thing called? Game Tap. That it was like you downloaded it and it was like a whole library of games, like old computer games, and like they had Pong on it on the
Oh, I
computer.
don't know it. Game Tap?
Game Tap. Yeah, I don't think it exists anymore. But it was
on
fun.
the internet.
It
You're right.
doesn't really,
It
yeah, it
doesn't
doesn't
anymore.
really disappear from the internet. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This does look really familiar.
Yeah.
We were a Sims family, so like anything.
Oh, I played The Sims all the time.
Anything other than Sims, unless it was just like I could go on to like Barbie.com and get my fucking fake babysitting certificate for the millionth time. Anything other than that, it was just Sims. But we downloaded a lot of custom content.
Yeah. I forgot which Sims. I think it was either Sims 2 or 4. No, it couldn't
Sims
have been
2 is superior, I will say. But Sims 4 is
forget.
also fun. I didn't play Sims 3. I didn't play Sims 1 either. My sisters played all of them.
I just know
And
that
she-
my character died almost every time. And I would be a floating ghost.
That's fun. I have a Sims 4 family on Justin's computer because mine like could not support that. That would
Yeah.
it would instantly kill my computer if I tried to run Sims on it. Even doing this is like pushing it to the limit.
Yeah.
And one of the characters like died, and then I realized I could bring them back as a ghost. And now I regret doing it because now they just like go into the dishwasher and break it all the time.
Oh god.
Because they can haunt objects. You can control the ghost. You can invite them to be part of the household again. And if they accept, then you have like control over them. And so I'll be like, oh, I want her to like make food while the other Sims are at work. She doesn't have to work. She's a ghost.
Right.
And then she'll like cook it and then go into the oven and break the oven. I'm like, stop it.
Like,
Yeah.
why would you do that?
Yeah, her
Just not
repair
nice.
skill is pretty high though, so she normally fixes it as well.
Oh god, that game.
Yeah.
So fun.
It makes me sad because I'm thinking about all the Star Wars games. The only one I'm any good at is Lego Star Wars, and it's still not coming out.
That's a really fun one though.
No, it's great. I mean, but it's just the first 6. Doesn't go into the sequels. So
I think we've talked about this a few weeks ago. When is the new one supposed to come out?
it's like indefinitely on.
Yeah.
Every time I
Yeah.
read something about it, it's about how they're probably not this fall. It's always like pushing to like whenever the next season is. If they're not going to have it out by Christmas, and they would be advertising if they were going to. I don't think it's going to be out clearly before.
I wonder what's the holdup. That sounds mean. I'm not invested in
what's
this
the
because I'm not good
holdup,
at video games.
Guys.
But yeah, I wonder like what the delay is.
Well, it's
That's a
what
good
they said,
question.
but I haven't heard like any like behind the scenes stuff as to why. Like I would think the only thing is maybe they're trying to somehow work the Mandalorian into it, but only because it's so super popular. But I don't think that's it either.
Maybe.
But I don't
Maybe
know how.
Bad Batch too. I don't know.
Yeah.
Although it is like Lego's Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga.
That is
so they
true.
wouldn't need to, but they put them into the holiday special. So there you go.
That's true.
That's a good point.
Oh man. So you guys got anything going on this weekend that you're doing?
No.
You're like, no, negative.
Woo!
All right.
I feel that.
He's laughing as well.
Oh, okay.
Because that's not my dog. My dog is over there, passed out next to there. Hasn't even eaten her food yet. So.
Oh, I have a question for the tattooed people here.
Yes.
Oh, that's right, David. Does have something big going on this weekend.
Yeah.
That's tomorrow.
Yay!
Potential. So I'm gonna sit for as long as it takes for this thing to get done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He charges like based on time in the chair.
Mm-hmm.
So looking at maybe 7 hours.
Yeah.
We'll see how that
It's a
goes.
long time.
Lots of snacks. Lots of snacks.
That's a long time to do anything.
Yeah. I'm taking a lot of sugary snacks. I'm taking a big old bottle of Gatorade.
Good.
Maybe some Coke for sugar. And having a good breakfast.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, nice.
Yeah, maybe some Coke just to get so amped.
Okay, well, go ahead.
Just do a
They
bump
don't
when
need
you
jittering
when you hit your
around in
lower
there.
point.
Be like
Good
sitting there
Lord.
like, come on, man.
Yeah.
But
The lines all got really shaky at a point. You just don't know what happened.
it's like, oh, I was going for some artistic flair, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's tomorrow at 12. I am excited. I am also a little nervous because I haven't seen the stencil yet. I haven't seen what he's drawn, but I am confident. Check out this latest one that he did that it's still not even done yet.
Oh wait, did you have a question though?
Yeah, was there a question that went with
Oh
this?
fuck, that's right.
There was the lead-in was I have a question for the tattooed people.
When you have gotten like what's the longest you sat in the chair for?
Oh,
when
only
you're getting
like
tattooed?
2.5 hours. Yeah. not
4 you
long.
said, Hannah? 2 Meg? Okay.
Yeah, probably 2.5.
Yeah, 4.
Okay. Because I'm trying to gauge like, because his prices, if he were to do like sit for just 3 to 4 hours at a time, it ends up being more than just going for the full 7. So I want to try and tough it out.
I mean, if you need a break, just ask him. Like,
yeah, I'm sure he's not gonna like be like, no, you have to sit.
because what you're getting on your
Gonna
arm.
strap you down.
Right?
Yeah, I'm getting it. It's gonna be probably like right above the elbow up to here.
Yeah.
So like not a full wraparound sleeve, but just kind of like the outer portion.
But you'll at least be able to sit comfortably because the one that took me 4 hours was the crow on my leg. And I was just torqued in such an uncomfortable way, like for the tattoo that I had to. I think we got up once just to so we both could stretch because it was just so uncomfortable. And then the Mandalorian tattoo took 3 hours and we didn't stop. So
oh shit, that one only took 3.
Yeah, I would have put money on that being your 4 hour.
Yeah,
it was because of all the
like-
coloring. Because all the coloring on the leg one, it just took so long.
Yeah.
So.
That's what's probably going to make this one take long is the coloring. Because it's Spider-Man and Iron Man. Luckily, it's majority red.
Yeah.
So just dealing with one color, but still, we'll see. Okay, so I will definitely get snacks and hopefully
snacks, water, stretch. If you need a break, ask
if you
him.
plan on like listening to a podcast, like watching a movie or something, or a show.
Oh, check out their
find
shop.
Something that like every hour kind of changes.
Yeah. The good thing is that let me see if they have a picture. Epic Orlando tattoo. Like it's literally this would be the place that I would recommend anyone to go, especially anybody that listens to this podcast, because
Like not an ad, not sponsored, but
yeah, not sponsored whatsoever. I need to go to their website. What the hell, man? Just trying to look at your pictures. Oh, here we go.
I forget, Megan, sometimes you're on a ball. And so when I took a bounce, I was like, wait, what are you doing?
yeah, I'm now at the point where I'm just like actively trying to induce labor, and apparently bouncing can do that. Oh, they've got
Oh
a
my
big
god, that's so
stormtrooper.
cool.
Oh, cool.
That's their studio inside.
That is
So it's
cool.
got like all pop culture stuff in there. Star Wars, Marvel, DC, everything. So I'm sure that'll be a good time.
The artist who did my Mandalorian tattoo, it's at the same shop. Like I just have one shop that I go to. I walked in, the first thing I see was there was the Mandalorian playing on the TV that they have in their rooms. I was like, first of all, yes. Second one was there was a little Yoda made out of wood that somebody had made for him that was apparently life size. So it was like maybe 3 feet tall. And it was just peeking out from behind the mirror. And I'm like, I have come to the right place.
Yeah, the place that I got my Star Wars tattoo on May the 4th a few years ago, they like the guy who runs it is really into Star Wars, and it's so cute because they've got, I think they might also have like a stormtrooper or something. They have like a big thing, but they also have all these like little action figures that he's clearly either curated or has had for a really long time. And when I went, everyone was like in costume except this one dude who's in a Star Wars t-shirt, and he was the guy that like picked my tattoo to do or whatever. And I was all ready to like talk to him about his favorite movies. So I was like, so are you like into Star Wars? And he's like, no. He's like, no, everybody else here really is though. I was like, and I get you, okay. And then silence for an hour and a half, other than like,
oh my
god, are you good? And they're like,
oh
like,
my god.
Yeah. I will go back there for my next tattoo. I'm gonna get a axe on my arm, or like kind of a hatchet on my arm. I think I might actually get the hatchet from the Haunted Mansion Bride.
Constance Hatchaway.
Yes, but for where they normally have like, this is very silly of me, not silly. Where they normally have the like logo, I'm gonna get my husband's name in cursive because I feel like having a child together is just as perfect as having a tattoo.
Yeah.
So people can't really like chip me for that.
Nah.
Yeah, and I think you'll like that. He really likes axes and stuff. Woodworking, wood tools.
You could even get Stormbreaker. Throw in a little Marvel flair in there.
I won't, but I could.
I won't, but thanks.
That was the nicest shutdown I've ever seen.
That was just like the two old ladies, sir. The movie's still playing.
Yeah, sir, the movie's
oh my god.
I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, you're never gonna live that down. You know that, right?
Never.
It's on the internet forever.
When you finally saw the movie, did you at least like it?
Wait, what?
Did you like Black Widow?
Oh yeah, I loved it.
He's like, I was too traumatized. I remember nothing.
I was like, just because every like 32 minutes, I would think back, like, fuck, what must people have been thinking? Like, is this guy dumb? Is this guy like?
It's also super weird that they would show Cruella and Black Widow in the same theater. Usually, they designate one for Cruella and one for Black Widow, and it's weird that they would show Cruella and then take it off and put Black Widow on. So
there's someone on like a very niche Cruella podcast talking about you right now.
Like, this asshole went into my screening and ruined it.
just walking during.
I'll be like, listen,
the emotional core of the movie.
And then like a creep, he just sat in the fire seat for the rest of it.
In the corner, just holding himself.
Yeah, honestly, if somebody did that in a movie I was in, I'd be like, I'm gonna die. Like, this guy's gonna kill everyone somehow.
I didn't even think of that. Oh my god.
I also saw Black Widow this last week, and it was really good. I became a citizen this last week. I had my citizenship ceremony. I can now get cheaper school.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah. getting that hex stat. Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
god.
also due to have a baby at any time, which is exciting for me. That's my
I'm
exciting stuff. For the
I'm
weekend.
still hoping one day when we're recording is when it happens, just so it can be documented. Like this is the moment.
That would
when, like, just
be
all you would see is,
dope.
oh my god, and just like close the laptop.
Just like shit. Just slam it. I think my D&D group is kind of hoping for the same thing.
Oh, that's so funny. They'll be
Yeah.
like, nope, take your laptop with you.
No, we
Yeah.
have to
Throw it in the car.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty positive my character is about to die, so I've started trying to think of a new character. My new character is heavily inspired by Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimstill Dimmadome.
Oh my god, no, he's
Yeah, because I just wanted to torture everybody in my group. I'm like, if you kill my character, I'm gonna make the most annoying character to take her place.
I'm Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Tim's Dimmadome.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
don't
God.
know. I don't know the full details of like name and stuff, but I'm going to have him be a human fighter, and he's going to be a normal human from deep Texas who owns a chain of local malls
Yes.
and has somehow been
God.
transported into the Dungeons and Dragons world and doesn't understand why he's there.
And you need to do an accent.
Yeah. Well, not counting the DM because the DM always does accents, but 2 out of the 5 of us that play do accents all the time. And then one doesn't really do an accent so much as she like just kind of changes the way she speaks, but does it with her own accent. So yeah, I'm like, I gotta step up my game by being from deep Texas. So I'm gonna Google what that sounds like.
Oh my God. God go with you.
Godspeed.
Oh, I don't think he's from Texas. No, he's from Kansas City. Ted Lasso. If nobody's watching Ted Lasso,
Oh, that starts up noon.
No, but I've heard really good things.
I have
it's
too.
honestly, it's on, and I'm not even joking when I say this. It is one of the best shows I've ever seen.
I've heard so many good things about it.
It's so sincere.
Yeah.
I love sincerity in the show.
It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, everybody I've said, oh, you should watch that, and then when they finally watch it, they're like, oh my god, I love Ted Lasso. So I haven't had anybody watch it and go, yeah, it's okay. Like yeah. So
all right, I'm gonna try and find it. Is it on what?
it's on
Is
Apple
it on a streaming service?
TV Plus.
Apple TV.
Well,
Yeah. Apple TV.
try and find it. Yeah.
Do a free trial. It's fine.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, we're nearing that time.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
I'm getting a little sleepy. And a little hungry, but there's pizza downstairs. So
Oh. Okay.
beer and pizza.
That's what
Always
I
a
just
good
had for
combo.
dinner.
Well, yeah.
There you go. So hope y'all enjoyed my embarrassing story.
Oh,
We did.
Highlight of my week. Thank you. And
Feel free to bring another one next
I
week.
threw myself through a window this week, so it takes a lot to top that.
Ooh.
Oh, did you? Like, I feel like I don't need to ask this, but was it on accident or on purpose?
Oh no, this is on purpose.
Okay.
Oh.
Good.
Full gear and everything. The problem was it was
Nice.
like 3 feet off the ground, so I'm standing on an instrument, and my partner had to literally shove me in because I couldn't. Like I weighed so much with the gear on, I couldn't get in the window.
Oh my.
Wow. Cool.
Yeah,
This-
and I got
now-
this sick ass bruise from it.
Oh, wow.
geez.
Yeah, that's
Because you're going
noticeable.
head first through a window onto the floor.
Cool.
Wow.
Good
Jealous.
times.
I
Very
It
know
was a
now
lot of
that
fun. I had way too much fun.
I know now that this profession is not for me.
I learned how to break into doors and stuff like that, all for professional purposes.
Or one day when somebody tries to fight you in a Denny's parking lot, then you find out where they live, you can kick the door down.
Legally, no. No.
No.
No,
No,
not
there's consequences to those actions.
yeah, those
They're
are very bad
massive.
consequences. We do not recommend to do that.
Never.
And also, I do not recommend to tell 2 elderly women to get out of their seats during the movie.
Yeah.
So
At least wait
Don't do that
until the movie's over. to
wait
ask.
until the movie's over. And when they're actually in your showing. Anyway, I hope that everybody enjoyed tonight's stream. We have a new episode coming out Monday. talking about our favorite Star Wars endings. Could be movies, TV, books, whatever the case may be. And then
Oh,
next Saturday. What'd you say, Jace?
So we should have asked Hannah earlier what hers was.
Oh yeah. Do you have one?
My favorite ending.
Favorite ending?
I seriously was thinking about it, and I'm really upset I didn't get to. I literally I passed out at like 8:30 last night. My neighbor was mowing the lawn next door, and I didn't care. I was so tired. No, I think my favorite ending, what has got to be so far. Everything makes me cry. All the Star Wars endings make me cry. It has to be the Clone Wars.
I was about to say I don't think any of us picked Clone
nobody
Wars,
picked that one.
but that would be a really good one.
Like kicks me in the chest every time I see it, and I can't watch it without snot nose sobbing. But yeah, it has to be that. Just yeah, like it was just so
Great
good. Like
pick.
I don't have any good words for it right now, but I mean we've all seen it. We know how it ends, and we're just like, ah!
Yeah.
So it was just
All right.
a beautiful way to end a very beautiful show. So
Clone Wars, everybody. And if you haven't seen it, what are you doing? It's
What are you doing?
2021. So yeah, guys, make sure to keep an eye out for everything we've got going on. Check out our TeePublic store for shirts, hoodies, tank tops, all the things. And patreon.com/followers of the force, pledge $1. You get to see us do Words Between Worlds live, and you get episodes early every week. So, and there's Boba Fett. So until next week, guys, may the force be with you always. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.
And I haven't pressed and broadcast yet, so